All right. Hello there. Today I'm going to review how to access the work for class, starting with going to your Schoology page and selecting where it says GeoGebra Parabola Multi-Step Worksheet. So I'm going to select this. Now, once I'm there, I'm going to have two choices. I'm going to have access to a GeoGebra Parabola Multi-Step. This is what you want to open, but you're also going to have access to a Cami. Now, if you are in class, you don't need to open this because you'll be given a handout to use in class. Okay, so this is only for those who are absent. So I'm going to automatically go here. Now, the way this works is that the page you're receiving is set up to mimic or to represent the same thing that you see on this screen. Now, the idea is that you'll use the screen to help you with the calculations because it will check to see if you're right or wrong. So, for example, if this were my page, I would begin by copying down the problem. F of x equals parentheses x plus 1, x minus 7. And then it's already set up for me. So I know that in here, this turns into x squared. This becomes 1x. This is negative 7x. And that's negative 7. Now, I'm not going to copy the same problem down here. Instead, what I'm going to copy is the inside answer. So I know that begins with x squared. And negative 7 plus 1 is the same thing as negative 6x, followed by negative 7. Now I'm going to press enter. Remember that when I have this binomial and I multiply, it's supposed to give me access to the roots. So let's see what happens. I press enter. And I can see that my graph shows up and it gives me two possible pieces for the root. The first one seems to be here is positive 1, seems to be located at negative 1. This is a positive 7. Originally was a negative 7. So that looks accurate. Okay, remember that it's always in the opposite direction. The other thing is, let me backtrack. I'm going to get rid of the 7, put a 5 instead. Notice that it gives me a graph in a sense, but it doesn't give me the extra details of the roots. And that little sliding item up here disappeared. So if I now fix it and put the 7 back, I get my roots and I get this object called a slider. And it literally says slide to complete the square. That's going to give you access to the next section of your page. So in there, I slide this over, and now you have a section of your page that looks like this. Now to do this, remember, all we have to do is we have x squared, and we're trying to figure out this outside item. So the negative 6, which is here, that negative 6 is supposed to go ahead and you divide it in half. So that means this turns into a negative 3 and a negative 3. Notice that when I do that and I press enter, I end up with a negative 3, negative 3, because together that gives me the negative 6. Okay. All right. Well, negative 7 here, that's my extra. So that goes in here, negative 7. And in order to fill this out, that becomes 3 times 3. So that becomes 9. I press enter and I automatically get a negative 9 on the side because this is basically my 0. All right, in order for me to finish this up, I end up with negative 7 minus 9. That turns into a negative 16. I press enter, and assuming that I'm right, it gives me my equation, which is here, my new f of x, and it's written in this form. So it's written as x minus 3 squared minus 16. Okay, and you can see where everything came from. It also gives me the position of the vertex, which is down here. It labels it for me. On your page, you have a graph, but the numbers are not included. So the way that it's supposed to work is that the graph is there to allow you to create a model of this graph onto your page. Okay. So you would have to adapt the scale so that something like this fits within your page. I'm not too concerned about the graph itself. you're going to make a model of the graph the best you can based on the results. Keep in mind that once you answer this, you can always slide this back to see the original results. Okay, so you can go back and forth. And once you're finished with everything and you've kept track of it on your page, you press new function and then you do it again for that one. You end up having a total of 6 problems on that page, followed by a notice and wonder at the end. Okay, um, please fill it all out, and that's the main part of your work for today. Thank you.